All right, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. And welcome to another episode of my show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How you guys doing today? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So this is my first video in 2024. My first video in 2024. All right. I want to welcome everybody to my show. It's a wonderful year already. Every one of us, we are seeing the beauty of 2024. And I pray that the Lord God Almighty will continue to be with us, continue to uphold us. And I pray that the goodness of 2024 will be our portion in the name of Jesus. So good morning, everybody. Linda, good morning. Busola Adini, how are you doing today? All right, I need you to do me a favor by sharing this video. I need you to share the video. Let's share the video, ladies and gentlemen. Take your time to share this video. On Facebook, I want to see you sharing the video right now. So good morning, everybody. The topic that we have today is actually very deep. And I want to approach it in a kind of easy and slow way today. It's possible for me to shout, but I'm not going to shout. I'll try not to. So welcome, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to be dealing with the topic today. Is it right for men to wear engagement rings? Is it good for men to wear engagement ring? Do we have engagement rings for men? Do we have engagement rings for men? All right, so let me start like this. What is the importance of engagement ring? Engagement ring is a kind of a ring that you give to a woman after you have proposed to her to show it's a kind of a symbol, a sign that this woman is taken. It's a sign that this woman is taken. You know, it's something like paroko, you know, there is a mark on that woman that this one is taken. Don't come near this one. Don't even bother to talk to her and toast her. She has been taken. You don't have any right to come very close to this woman. Don't even bother trying it. Okay? And when you come very close to her, by the time you look at her finger, you will see there is a sign that proves that there is somebody in charge of this person. This person already has given the control of her life to somebody. All right? So it's a kind of a sign. So when you walk on the street and you see a very beautiful woman walking all around, and the very first thing you're going to do is to look at her finger. And then by the time you see that engagement ring there, what that is going to show you in your mind as a normal, regular kind of guy is that this one is taken. Let me leave her alone. and then you walk and go and just go your way. I'm going to come back to talk about is this effective or not? Okay, because in these days that we are right now, in this age, engagement ring is more like a joke. That you give engagement ring to somebody is just like a joke. All right, it's a joke. All right, that's what it is. But when we're looking at the reason why these rings are given is to show the sign that this one has been taken. Don't come near her. Leave her alone. Walk and go. All right? That's what it means. Okay? So, and women love it. Women love to actually get this engagement ring with probably a diamond on the head. All right? Women love it. So when you give them the ring, they'll like, oh my gosh, and they take it. And the next thing they're going to do is to call their friends and say, oh, I'm just coming from so and so place. And guess what? They say, what? Say, ta-da! And then they'll just show it like that. And the friends will like, don't tell me that. Get out of here. Are you serious? He proposed already? You accepted? Yes, I am. Oh my God, I'm blushing right now. Oh my God, my life. And that's always the kind of display that we see. Women love it. And when they go to church, they'll put their finger right on the table for everybody to see it. They put the finger right on the table for everybody to see it. They always use their left hand to carry the cup. They use their left hand to shake you. They use their left hand they put their left hand right on their chest like this for everybody to see that, oh my God, you're engaged already. Da, 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 da. Now, the issue is that this guy is, has put something on you. All right, there's something on you that is showing everybody around that this one right here has been taken. Don't mess with that. It's just a sign, a mark to show this one is mine. So they put it right there. And women carry this thing all around the place, showing their friends and everybody. And the next thing is that when are we going to start shopping for wedding gown? When are we going to shop for event planner? When are we going to... Hold on 1 minute. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh my God. Don't fall. Don't fall, please. All right. Then they start planning. When are we going to start shopping for wedding gown? Who's going to be the event planner? Another thing is that women, when they start planning wedding, they want to look for one event planner that is very popular. Very popular event planner. They say, she Gubash no man lo abi Gubana. I'm going to use Gubana because it's very popular. Let's go and check his Facebook page. Oh my God, he's got Instagram page. You look at all these clothes. Oh my God, oh my God. And they will be shouting, oh my God, for like forever. They don't even know where they're going. They don't even know the kind of man they're marrying. They don't even know what marriage is going to actually be. They don't understand marriage. They're just happy and they're excited that there's going to be a wedding in town, and this wedding in town is going to be top of the town. Everybody must come. How many people are we inviting? I'll give daddy 50 IV. I give mommy 50. I give my uncle 50. I'll give all of you, my friend, 50 too. Then only 2 people must come from the church. Your brukuni one church, me one marriage me. I don't want them. I'll just give them 2, pastor and his wife. And then we start working this stuff like that. We start working it. And then they talk about how many this or how many that, and the shoes and all kinds of stuff, and the bridal string or whatever they call those people. And the guys are going to come in. Don't bring a guy with pot belly. Make sure that the guy is flat belly, looking all fine with nice goatee and all kinds of stuff. And these people are going to wear green. You are going to wear white. They will plan everything because there is a wedding ring. No, there is an engagement ring right there inside of their finger right there. So when they go to work, people see it. When they walk on the street, people see it. When they go to church, people see it. When they go to the family house, people see it. Now, everybody now believes that this one is off the market. This is no longer single lady. she is semi-single, about to be married to somebody. So we all will stay clear. I remember when I was working with Slumberjay, one pretty lady like that, every time every one of us would go to the back to talk about her, I was like, who's going to toast this girl? You? Me? No. You can't. I'll do it. Da. So one day, every time we want to go to lunch, we say, oh, are you going to lunch today? It's like, yes. Okay, can I take you? Yeah. She will go to lunch with this guy, go to lunch with that guy. And she was just enjoying because, she didn't get to pay for nothing. So she was kind of like eating everybody's money. All right. So one day we got to work in ta-da! Engagement ring. And every one of us got angry. And then we walked away from her. Every time we see her coming like this, we just go that way. Or maybe we just stay and say, stop. Yeah, okay. And then she'll be like, are you guys going for lunch? Was like, no lunch today. We are fasting. Even if we are going for lunch, we are not taking you. All right. Another person will take that woman away from me. All right. And that's the sign. That's the sign. The guy has succeeded in putting a sign that will communicate about his love to everybody around you, that this one is taken already. That's beautiful, beautiful. Okay, the man has succeeded in closing your shop, but his own supermarket is open. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want you to look at. He has succeeded in closing your shop, but his own supermarket is open. Your shop is closed. His own supermarket is open. All right? If he didn't tell anybody he's engaged, nobody will know. There is no sign, nothing proving that this man is taken or single. Your shop is closed. Your supermarket is open. That's what I'm saying. You see that? The guy is free. He's free. You won't have to. There's nothing about him. It's not like you have given him a face cap with "you are taken," or maybe a jacket with "about to be married," or a ring showing that he's taken too. So why is it that we always, I don't know what to say. Why is it that women always be on that side of being locked down all the time? Why is it that women are always locked down all the time, but the men are always free to do what they like? They live the kind of life they want to live. They are free to do everything. Think about it. By the time you get married, then you start having kids. People believe that the responsibility is on the woman to take care of the kids. And then, just imagine that kind of stuff. You have 2 kids in your car. Automatically, everybody will know that you are the mother of these kids. But the guy is driving. He's got nobody. Nobody's in his own car. So he could tell anybody I'm single. And everybody will believe him. If you tell me you're single and I see 2 kids in your car, I'll be like, no, you're lying. Something's wrong. Maybe you're divorced or maybe you're a single mother. And then you're stuck with the children. You'll be the one to be responsible, to carry the kids to school, to do this and to do that, while the guy could just walk around and just do whatever he likes. In the aspect of divorce also, all right, we always fight for custody of the children. Oh, but now the children are with you. I'm free. So I can do anything I like. I can move from America, move down to Germany and tell them in Germany I'm free. I am a free guy. I've never been married before. No kids, no nothing. My Instagram, no pictures of kids. My Facebook, no pictures of kids. Nothing. Nothing. Are you guys getting the point? Are you getting the point right now? Are you getting the point that I'm talking about right now? So the guys, they put the ring on you. You are happy to take it. But at that moment, you didn't even think about, okay, this guy is locking me down. Is he locked down too? No, he's not. He's not. He's not locked down. He's free. The guy is free. You see, you will see that certain guys, they will still have sex with their girlfriend before the wedding day. Some guys will have sex with their girlfriend on the wedding day. Some guys will have sex with their girlfriend 2 days after wedding. Telling you. This guy may be engaged to you, but he's still free to still toast other girls and go out with other girls and sleep with other girls. Whereby you are busy showing your wedding rings all around the place. You're busy showing your you are busy doing all over the place, where the guy is just having the fun of his life. Is that the way it's designed? Is that the way it should be? Okay? Is that the way it should be? Now, I don't know. I'm just asking you guys. Is that the way it should be? Is that ideal? Is that fair on those women? Is it fair? So I come to think about it. If you are giving me an engagement ring, then I'll give you engagement ring. They are supposed to be engagement ring for men. There's supposed to be engagement ring for men. And I saw it on social media. There's this guy, a musician. I can't remember his name. That guy sang with Burna Boy. One white guy like this. He sang a song with Burna Boy. Sang a song with Burna Boy. And that guy, actually, he bought a engagement ring for himself. He proposed to his girlfriend, "Will you marry me?" She responded by saying, "Yes, I will." He put the engagement ring right in her finger and gave the girl another one to put in his own. And the two of them got engaged. So they took a picture with the engagement rings. And they proved to the world that we are both taken. We are both taken. If you see me on the street, as a man, you see me on the street as a woman, I have a commitment with somebody. I have a covenant with somebody. So I am taken too as a man. As a man, I'm taken. As a woman, you are taken. So we're both supposed to be loyal. And this is actually going to be the beginning of loyalty. This is going to be the beginning of loyalty right here. You see, because if a man is not 100% committed to the extent that he will carry a ring that we call engagement ring in his finger and showcase it to everybody that, listen, I'm done playing. I am done playing. Girls, leave me alone. I am taken. Even though I am not married to the woman yet, but I have a commitment with somebody. And I'm taken. And I'm so happy to showcase it. I'm happy to prove it because I carry that ring given to me by that woman. Is with me? Is with me? This is it. Now, you will see that, a lot of people will say, well, even the wedding ring doesn't matter. I understand. In this day and age, nothing even matters. You can carry a wedding ring in your hand, it doesn't matter. People will remove it and do whatever they like. Even women on the street, they don't even care maybe you carry a wedding ring or not. They don't want to know who you are. They still want you anyway. A lot of single women want married men. All right? So, but the issue, what I'm talking about is this. I'm talking about a man that will look at the ring and look at this ring and say, this is actually the token of love. This is a sign of love given to me by someone so special to me that I'm supposed to be loyal to. So he's actually right there in my finger. And I'm going to keep it right here. And I'll always remember that this was given to me. You don't understand. Is it the word is upside down? Do you understand when a man will bring a ring? A ring. He bought this ring with his money. He walked down to the street, entered into the mall to purchase a very fantastic, befitting wedding ring for $10,000, $20,000 to prove his love. That I love you. I want you to be my wife. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You don't understand that that's a covenant. It becomes a covenant because you're the one that voiced it out. That this ring, with this ring, I am committing my love to you. With this ring, I am committing my life to you. With this ring, I am proving to you that I love you, I care about you, I am ready to spend the rest of my life with you. With this ring, let it show that we are together. Come rain, come shine. In sickness, in health, in goodness, in poverty, in richness, in whatever. And stop. And then she'll be like, I do. I accept you. I believe in you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And then you put that ring right there. It becomes a covenant. It becomes a covenant. That's the covenant right there. And if the covenant is broken, a lot of things could happen. That's why we see a lot of things happening these days that, you see, we break covenant like, anyhow. We forget the covenant. We forget about it. Or we forget it totally. So, and if the woman should now, if after accepting her own, turn around and give you one, it becomes a covenant. That's a complete covenant right there. So you are not supposed to lock a woman down by putting a ring in her finger and then you can walk the street freely. No, you can't walk the street freely. Let something be on you that proves, that shows that you are taken too. It's the foundation of being loyal. It's the foundation of loyalty and connection and commitment. That's the foundation right there. If I can carry your ring, that means I love you and I care about you and I'm committed to you. You carry mine, that's the same thing. It's proving the same thing. Even before marriage. Even before marriage. It should be something that we look into. Something that we do. So that young man posted the engagement ring given to him by the wife to be, and then he gave, oh, Femi, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. Body, all right, and then she gave a ring to him, sorry. And he is actually so proud to take a picture of it, took a picture of that stuff, posted it on social media, bang. Bang. Right there. Okay? So I looked at it, I was like, well, I think we need to do better. Now, flipping it, and I'm going to flip it. Flipping it right now. There are some people who doesn't fancy rings. They don't fancy wristwatch. They don't fancy a ring. They don't carry rings in their fingers. They don't do nothing like that. They don't want wristwatch. They don't want ring or whatsoever. All right? Those kind of people supposed to have their wedding rings engraved in their heart. Engraved in their heart. Right? They must remember that they have a commitment. They must remember that somebody is actually dwelling in his heart. They are not supposed to betray that person. They are not supposed to betray that person. They are not supposed to rubbish that person. Because the wedding ring is engraved in the heart. Okay? Engraved right here. Let me tell you a story real quick. When I got married a very long time ago. I was broke. I was so broke that I had only one jacket. And I will wash the jacket on Saturday, iron it to wear it to church on Sunday. And that time I had one shoe too. I had to polish it. That was the time I had to change the color from brown to black so that people would think I just got a new shoe. And I was just managing myself. So I wasn't really ready for marriage at that time, but my pastor then, actually, he called me into the office and he said to me, he said, Shola, I said, by the time if you get married, I'm going to send you to the U.S. to start a church for us. I was so excited. I was so happy. I was like, yeah, America, here I come. So on my way going home, I just stopped by Lola's house. And I said to her, I said, we are getting married this year. I didn't propose. I didn't give her engagement ring, nothing. I had no money to do all that. So I didn't propose to her. I didn't ask her, will you marry me or whatever. We're getting married this year. And she looked at me and said, okay. And we started planning it. In my mind, I was targeting America. I wasn't targeting marriage. Marriage, not on my list. I wasn't thinking about marriage. Marriage wasn't the kind of stuff I wanted to go into. I was broke. I had no money. I I was living at the back of my father's house, inside of the boys' quarters, with my tiny bed on one side, a little couch on the other side, and then that's it. So I made up my mind that I'm going to get married so I can go to the US. So the wedding is approaching, and I was to get the wedding ring. So I went to one particular guy by the roadside, and I asked him, I said, I want to get a wedding ring. I was like, how much do you want to spend? I said, like 2,000 naira. I was like, 2,000 naira. I said, yes. He said, oh yeah, I can make one for you. I said, I want it to be shiny. He said, yes, it's going to be gold plated. I said, fine. I said, make it shiny, make it round, and all kinds of stuff. And the guy was like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. So I gave him 2,000 naira. So we measure my wife's finger, measured mine and stuff. In 2 days, wedding ring, they're all ready. Put them in a box. Went straight to church. With this ring, I married you. Bam. With that ring, I accept you. Bam. And we put it right there. And it was like right there. And a day after wedding, I was trying to wash my shirt, and the wedding ring broke. I was like, I just threw it away. I said, well, I'm already married now. I don't need a wedding ring anymore. I'm married already. This is the wife. So I threw the ring away. And my wife, you know, women, they will still keep it. She kept it right there. It was just right there. And I told her, I said, listen, by the time God will answer my prayer, I will buy us a fantastic wedding ring, a set of it and stuff. And she was like, yeah, okay, this, that. So eventually I traveled to the US. Not through the church. The church eventually, the pastor eventually fired me 1 week after wedding. The man fired me 1 week after wedding. Can you believe that? 1 week after wedding, I got fired from the church. And I went back home, and then life started rolling in and all kinds of stuff. Eventually, like some few months or probably a year after, then I traveled. So I didn't carry no wedding ring, whatever. No, for 15 years. I was here by myself. She was in Nigeria. And so when she got here, I took her to the mall, and I asked her to show me the wedding ring she would like. And she looked at one, and we asked the lady there, how much is this? And the lady was like, this is $45,000. I was like, I am still not rich enough to buy you this kind. I said, let's look for something small. So we found something small. The rate of probably like 1,000, 1,500. I was like, why don't you just manage this one for now? And then by the time I actually am really, 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 really rich, then I'll buy us the best. And stuff like that. I'm still waiting for that time to come. That time has not come yet. Because I'm thinking of actually celebrating our wedding anniversary in a big way when I actually have the money. So I'll be able to buy fantastic ring for her and for me. But for now, my wedding ring is engraved in my heart. It's right here in my heart. Somebody's asking me, how did you get fired from God's work? Okay, I will explain it. I will explain it real quick to you guys because some of you may want to know as well. I was working for a guy named Lesekese, Pastor Paul Tunde Ogini in Ibadan. The church is, I can't remember the name of the church, but we call it Lesekese. So I was more like the PA of the pastor. I would drive him everywhere, come to church, I would walk around and do. So my salary was 500 naira per month. He was paying us 500 naira per month and stuff. So, but I was working. I will resume work 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I leave like around 7 at night. Sometimes we're going to stay there until night vigil, and then we'll go back home like 7 o'clock the next morning. So will send me to go and do stuff. I will teach here. I will lead prayers here. I do Bible study here. I do that. We go to visit people. They send me to go and do naming ceremony for members and, attend functions. Sometimes they won't be able to go and preach. They will tell me to go there and represent him. So I was doing all that, all of that stuff. I remember one day they invited him to preach at a church. So he sent me there on a Wednesday to check out the congregation, like how many of them. So when I got there, I came back to tell him there were probably about 30, 40 people. And he was like, That's too small a number for a big man like me to go. So you will be the one to go there and preach to them on Sunday and stuff, and let them understand that I'm busy, and that's why you're coming. I said, okay, sir. So I planned my message and all kinds of stuff. But when I got there, I informed the pastor that, well, my pastor won't be able to come because he's busy and stuff, but I'm here to represent him and stuff. So the guy was like, oh, that's fine. So I jump on the altar, I finished preaching, they walked me into the pastor's office, so he gave me the honorarium. They packaged the honorarium for him. So inside of the envelope was probably like about 10,000-15,000. So they gave it to me. So when I got to the office, he asked me, I was like, fantastic, sir. I said, they gave me honorarium. He was like, where is it? So I gave him the envelope. He looked at it, was like, oh my God. So, and he said, oh, thank you. Now he shook my hand and he asked me to leave. He didn't give me a dime. He didn't give me a dime out of the money. I was like, okay, that's fine. But for me, it's good because I'm actually getting the kind of exposure needed. I'm practicing, going to different altars to minister, seeing different people. I'm able to show the kind of skill that I have and all kinds of stuff. For me, that's more than money. So I was happy. So what happened was, like, he traveled to Singapore, and he left myself and 7 other pastors in the church and the wife. So what happened was, the wife, she's a kind of a very reserved person. So every Wednesday there's this program that it's a kind of a prayer program that we do between 12 o'clock and 4. So the woman is actually assigned to be doing that. So she'll call me into the office, and then we actually go through the prayer points together, and then look for Bible verses to support the prayer points and stuff for her to get ready for the meeting. So I always do that with her. So whenever we're in the office, the other pastors will be assuming in their head something is happening. They assume something is happening and stuff. So she'll come out, and then I'll always stand by her every time because she'll need me. So that's how I stand by the pastor too. I always stand by the pastor all the time, because by the time the guy will look at me, I know exactly what he wants me to do. So I'll go and get it done. So the woman would do that. Sometimes she'll call me to come and lead some prayers. And one thing about me is that I know how to mimic people. So every time I grab the microphone, people will think he is the one that is preaching. They will think, Pastor, he's back. He's the one preaching, because I know how to mimic people very well. So I grab the microphone and I will just tear the whole thing down. Okay, so he came back. The driver went to pick him up at the airport, and he came back. He was still in the car, and I was ministering in church. And he asked the driver, "Who's that? Are they playing my tape or what?" And the guy was like, "It's Shola that is preaching." I was like, "Really?" So he came into church, and as he was coming, he didn't go to the office. He just came right to the stage, and I had to hand over the microphone to him. So he went. I sat down, and he started looking, and at the end of the sermon and everything, we all went to the office to welcome him and and everything. And I just found out that he wasn't really happy. Like, I was kind of like greeting him. He was kind of like turning his face and all kinds. I was like, I don't know what I've done and stuff like that. And you see, in that same environment, a lot of pastors are looking for my downfall, because I came after them, but the guy actually elevated me above all of them. I came after them, but he elevated me above all of them. So they were looking for my downfall. So one of them is an elderly person, went to share with the pastor that while he was gone, I was sleeping with his wife. That while the man was gone, I was sleeping with his wife. How could I do that? This is the kind of a woman that everybody will all respect her, we love her, and then she'll come outside, she'll give us food. She'll give us food and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know. So the man was just kind of like doing one kind. I said, okay, that's fine. So I just sat in my lane. So one day, there was one guy who happens to be a pastor there too. He's actually in charge of books. So he went to sell the books, but he didn't bring money. So the reverend now told me, he said, I need you to go to those churches and go and ask for the money. So I said, okay. So I drove down there. So when I got there, one of the pastors told me that he already paid. So instead of me now coming, now look at how dumb at that point in time I was so dumb. I was looking out for other people that were looking for my downfall. They were looking for my downfall, but I was looking out for them. So I called the guy. I said, "Hey, K," I said, I just got back from God of Glory Church, and they told me they already paid you, and Reverend is asking for the money. And the guy was like, I should please that he's going to get the money, that I shouldn't go back to Reverend right now. I should wait until tomorrow, that he's going to get the money, and then he will give the money to me for me to give it to Reverend. And I said, okay. So instead of me going back to church, I didn't go to church. I just went straight home. So I was home, and then the next day in the morning, I waited a little bit outside of the church to wait for him to come, give me the money so I could cover him up. The guy didn't show up. I waited for a while. The guy didn't show up. Not knowing that this guy already came the night before. He went to the office after I called him and I spoke with him. He already went to the Reverend and he told the Reverend that he has collected the money, that he shared the money with me and some other pastors in church. That I was the one who initiated that Reverend has not been paying us, that why don't we just share this money? So when I entered in the church, now, remember I didn't come to church yesterday. Now that's a proof that why did you run away yesterday instead of you coming to tell me? That means it's true that this guy said the money is with you, that you are the one who initiated that they should share the money. I said, no, I didn't do that. Then I went to God of Glory Church, and they told me that they already paid him. And I saw him and I told him this stuff, and he told me that I should please not come to church, that he's going to go and bring the money and give it to me to give you, sir. The guy didn't believe me. Probably because of all of the stories that they have shared with him about me, he didn't believe it. And I was his friend. Always, that guy will always come to church. So I called him. I said, this is the truth I'm telling you. I don't have any reason to steal his money and all kinds of stuff. He's paying me $500 and I'm happy with it. But all I'm doing here is trying to get exposure. I want to learn some stuff and I get out of here and stuff. The man went to the office to actually ask him what happened. He wasn't ready to talk. And then the second thing was the wife now came to me, and the wife said to me, he said, Shola, I says, ma, he said, don't worry about it. I know you're telling the truth. He said, but one day the truth will come out. So don't worry about it. Take this punishment. I know it's not yours, but just take it. So I said, okay. So I sat down there, because every time this woman would talk to anybody, every one of us would respect her. So we just keep, because she's actually at that time she was a lawyer at that time. So we always just kind of like keep it cool. So I was just there. And that was the time I now got married. When I got married, a week after my wedding, I went back to church. My wife was home. I went back to church to go back to resume my duty. And then I got to church. It was a prayer time that time. And the man, I was going all around. I was doing my regular activities and all kinds of stuff, fixing this, fixing that, getting the stage ready for him and all kinds of stuff like that. And he just beckoned at me, and I rushed straight to the altar, and he gave me his complimentary card. And I looked at the complimentary card and I said, who should I give it to? He said, it's yours. I was like, oh, mine? I was like, why should you give me your complimentary card? I know your phone number, I know your address, I know everything. And as I was walking away, I flipped it to the back. And at the back of it, there was this note right there. And it says, you are a captain and a captain. Two captains cannot be in the same ship. This is my ship. Go and look for yours. Your service is no longer needed. And that was what was written at the back of the card. And I went and I sat down. I was like kind of like really devastated that, okay, I've been managing the 500 naira I'm getting from this place. Where am I going to go next? What's going to happen to me right now? I just got married. I don't have money. I don't have no source of income or whatever. You see, my wife is still home. She doesn't have a job yet. All right. And now I got fired. No $500 naira anymore. So what am I going to do? So I waited until the end of the service. And he was sitting underneath the shade. I went there. I was on my, I was prostrating right in front of me, sir. What have I done? I need this. Okay, I'm growing here. I'm learning a lot of stuff here. And the guy said, if you refuse to leave, I'm going to call the police on you. So I got up and I walked away. And I was going all the way to the house. So I got to the house. I told my wife this happened. You know, and my wife was like, "Don't worry about it. It's going to be all right." So I told my mom too. My mom was like, it's going to be all right. Just keep praying, believing God and stuff. You remember I was from the street. I was from the street before I got born again. All right, I got born again. I left the street. All right. So I didn't want to go back to the street, because if I go back to the street, I'm still going to make money. All right. But if I go back to the street, it's going to end up that my dad will say, didn't I tell you that guy is only fooling you? He's going to go back to the street anyway. But that stuff made me to say, I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to go through this pain, and nothing's going to happen. So during that time, all of the boys in church, they went to him and asked him, what is his crime? And they want him to come and stage his own story. And the guy refused and no, he's not coming back here. And the old boys in church were like, he wants to come. Let him come and tell us his own story. What happened? Why would you just let him go? This guy is the most active person here. This guy is the one we're connecting to. Whenever you're not around, this guy is always holding the church down. And he said, no, he's not coming back. And majority of them left the church. So he thought that I was going to start a church. That was why all the boys left. So he came to my house and he used the police to arrest me, and he locked me up in prison. They locked me up in jail. For 2 weeks, I was in jail. My mother would bring food to me in prison, the police custody and stuff. And one day my mother came to the police station, and she went to the DPO, and the DPO told my mother that this boy didn't do nothing. That all what he's doing right now is just, the man is just intimidating him so he will not start a church. Because majority of the church members that left, it's possible for them to come to him. So the guy decided to do this so to intimidate him so he won't start a church. And the police officer now told my mom, said, don't worry about it. It's just only 2 more days. He's going to come out. So my mother left and went home. And 2 days I was released and I went back to my house. All right. I'm telling you the truth right now. Okay. I went back to my house. I had no intention of starting a church. It wasn't in my brain, nothing whatsoever. So that was how I left the place. Okay. And when I came out, I got a job for 5,000 naira, from 500 to 5,000 at a different church. So I was working over there and I was being faithful to the guy. And then this guy, he doesn't like going to meetings and stuff. So one day they invited everybody to come to Riabonki Crusade meeting, because when they are putting, they want to stage like a conference like that. It's like a revival. They will call all of the pastors together, and then they'll hold a meeting with us, and then they will ask us to bring all of our ushers, all of our choir members, and everybody to join, and they will pay everybody money, transportation money to come. So that's how they mobilize all of the churches in different states to come together to become the crowd that you guys normally see. All right, so he invited all the pastors to come, but this guy refused to go. He was like, I'm not going, you can go. So I went to represent him at the meeting. So when I got to the meeting and they started talking and all kinds of stuff, so I started giving ideas and suggestions and stuff. So Reverend Elijah, who happens to be I don't know, maybe they call him GO of Assemblies of God's Church, now noticed that I'm actually so active and I was contributing, and he called me and said, I'm going to make you one of the special duty committee that will see to the construction of the Crusade grant. And that was how I was nominated to be that guy. And they started paying me 4,000 naira every day. Every day they were paying me 4,000 naira per day for food and hotel. All right. And they will give me money, like 200,000 naira, to pay the people that are cutting the grass and the caterpillars and stuff that are doing the construction and all kinds. I was the one paying them. So when I got back to the office, my boss got angry again. He said, that was supposed to be him. I said, no, sir. I said, you asked me to go and represent you, sir. And I was there and I was the one contributing, and they asked me to be part of the special duty committee. And he got mad and stuff, That was how he started doing one kind and stuff like that. Then I came back to church one day on a Sunday, and the guy said, your service is no longer needed. I was like, again? So I went, and the crusade, actually, the whole preparation, everything lasted for 4 months. So I just stayed at the Crusade grant. So I didn't sleep in a hotel. I was sleeping inside of one uncompleted building, and I was keeping my money. So every time I come back home, I will empty my bag to my wife to take it to the bank and all kinds of. Then I will go again. So I was the one who allocated lands to those women that came to sell food and pure water and all kinds of stuff. Farm Milk gave me 5 million to be the official drink for the crusade. Coca-Cola gave me 10 million to be the official drink for the crusade. And all of these big companies started coming in, and I was piling up the money, and I was taking them to Reverend Elijah to this is for Farmic, this is from Coca-Cola, this is from these pure water companies and all kinds of stuff. So I was actually delivering all the money. I was writing them down. And I was the one in charge of the hotel, Reabonki Hotel and all kinds of stuff. I booked the hotel. They have to change the bed sheet every day. And people were buying the bed sheet from us. Okay. Every day the man will wake up, we have to change the bed sheet. And somebody will be there, a pastor will be there to buy the bed sheet. That, I need that bed sheet. And they will buy the bed sheet for 1,000, 2,000 naira, 4,000 naira, 5,000 naira. And they were just buying the bed sheet, thinking the bed sheet is going to transfer the power to them. We didn't know. I was so young. I was the only one who actually is a pastor among the 5 of us that were in charge of the special duty stuff. The other ones that are reverends and bishops and all kinds of stuff, so they will sit under the tree. I will be the one going all around. So during that particular time, those women who are selling pure water, the women that are selling drinks and selling food and everything, when I'm on the bike, because the place is long, so big. So whenever I'm actually driving around, trying to check out things, they will stop me. They say, Pastor, this is my tithe. Pastor, this is my... So they were giving me their tithe from what they have been able to sell during the crusade. They were paying me tithe. I was putting it in my bag. So I would go all around to check all of this stuff. And that went on for, I don't know how many, it's a long time before the crusade. So the crusade came, we were all there, and then we actually gave all of our ushers, we gave them black nylon bags to collect offerings. So we found out that the bags were disappearing. The ushers were taking the bag and they were running away. They will collect all the offerings, they jump on Okada, they're gone. All right? So we couldn't, it was kind of like really crazy. So we didn't know what to do. We changed the nylon bag to yellow, we changed it to black, we changed it to white, we changed everything. The stuff was still disappearing and stuff. So they said, don't bother about it. Just let's leave it alone. So they actually piled all this money together. It was like a mountain of money inside of the hotel where we were actually lodged. And then they called all of the pastors to sit around it to start counting the money. The pastors, they actually volunteered to do that. They volunteered to do that. They said, no church member must come in here. Pastors must be the one to count the money. So they put pastors all around the place and stuff. And one thing I forgot, let me reverse a little bit. Now, don't forget, now I'm actually a committee member, a special duty committee member right now. My former boss, who fired me after my wedding, he was the assistant chairman for, I think it was for counseling. He was assistant coordinator for counseling. Because they had different departments, like the choir department, instrumentalists, prayer band, choir, counseling, security, transportation. So they made all those pastors chairman, and assistant, right there. So he was the assistant of counseling. So we all sit around the table together. So every time he will say something, I always like this, I don't know, it's just the human mind. I was still carrying that bitterness. I was still angry. I was still so pissed off that every time he will say something, I will raise up my hand to say, no, I don't support that. And that was when he realized that he was not supposed to have fired me, that I didn't mean he knew that I was going to be in the committee like that. He would have kept me in his church. I would be in the church while he was there. So, but we're now sitting face to face on the same table. I will make sure that every time he suggests anything, I will make sure I raise my hand and say, objection, please. And whenever I say objection, Reverend Alaje will look at me and say, do you have a suggestion? And I will just give mine, and Reverend Alaje will say, oh yeah, I think we'll go with his own, because it's the one on the field. So they always go with mine. Okay, so that was how we rocked the whole stuff. So when they were counting the money, they counted the money and so much disappeared from the money. That was the time that all those pastors were buying Mercedes-Benz, they were buying all this stuff and they were making money and all kinds of stuff. So the money started disappearing. See? That was the time I realized that pastoring is not for me. That was the time I realized that pastoring is not for me. That we got born again. We got born again. For real. We were told not to steal. We were told not to lie. We were told to believe in God. We were told to reference God and honor Him and believe in Him. But this is what we are seeing. Now looking at it like it's like real life. We're just looking at pastors stealing money. Just stealing money. Now, I was just there, I just walked away and stuff. So some few months after we're done, No, so few weeks after we're done. So they called a general meeting that Riabonki said that the money that was realized during the crusade is not taking the money away, because the guy got sponsored by some people. Those people put millions down to sponsor his crusade. So all of this offering thing, money from the Coca-Cola, money from that one, money from all these sponsors, money from this war, is not taking anything away, that the money should be divided and shared among the pastors who worked. And we sat down there. And when we now sat down there, he started calling people's name by one, was giving us checks. So when he called me, I took my own envelope and I opened it, and I found that it's 1.8 million naira that was inside of it. I put it right in my pocket and I sat down. And then when they did the closing prayer, everybody walked away. I walked away. And some of the guys who came to sell water that didn't make any profit, they were waiting for us outside. They were like, we're going to beat you guys up. We're going to do this, But luckily, I was nice to those people. I was nice to them. I didn't make it look like I'm defending anybody. I was kind of like really neutral. And I said, I believe that you guys didn't sell enough because we allowed too many people to come in to sell. So you guys didn't sell enough for the money that you guys paid to register to sell and stuff. I was able to share with them. So when I came out, they asked me what happened. I said, well, they didn't talk about you guys there. We raised it, but they didn't say nothing about it. You guys want some money back from what you actually paid. I don't know what's going to happen. I said, but the thing is that let me still try to talk to the boss and see what happened. And so I went back and I shared with Reverend Elijah. Elijah was like, I don't know what to do. The moment you're paid for registration, you're not collecting anything back. So I went outside, and at that point in time, I went outside, they started throwing rocks and stuff and all kinds of stuff. And I walked in the middle of them. They didn't stone me. I walked in the middle of them. The other pastors were hiding. They didn't stone me. I walked in the middle, and I dropped on Okada. I went straight to Dubai, got the bus going to Ring Road, and went to my house. And that was how everything ended. And during that time of the crusade, I was able to make a lot of friends. I got connected to a lot of international people and all kinds of stuff. And then they started inviting me to come here, to come there, to do this and to do that. And that was how everything started for me. And that was how my life got changed and transformed from there. All right. I went from being fired 2 weeks after my wedding to getting a job, and then, being fired again in the church. And then here I am right now. Now, being the special duty committee chairman, all right, doing this great stuff for a Bunky Crusade, and at the end of the whole stuff, see how my life got transformed. Then I moved from the boys' quarters, and then we're able to move into a flat of 2-bedroom flat, and that was how we started, and I kept on going. But that was when my heart totally disconnected from church. I came from the street to the church, all right, thinking that my life is going to get better. But when I came into church, I found out that it's all about games. It's just a lie. What they show us outside is not what they do at the back door. And I told myself, this is not for me. So the moment I jumped on the plane, I came to the US, I told myself, no more pastoring for me. So I took pastor's name off of my name, and my name now turned around to be Shola. And that was what I beard all through. For almost about 10 years of my life in the US, people didn't know I've been a pastor before. I stopped talking about pastoring. I stopped talking about God. I stopped talking about all of that stuff. I just started walking. I was doing my thing, but God was still in me. Was still in me, present in me. And that was when I found that. You will not find God. You can't find God until you leave church. You will continue to be so blind that they preach all these things to us. They preach all these things to us just to enslave our minds and collect our money. And God is real. God is real. For real. But you will not know him. You can't find him until you walk out of the church. But the moment you walk out of the church and you go all the way down to the bottom, and that's when you go to the wilderness of your life. And that's when you hear the voice of God for the first time. For real. I've never had God before. I was in church. Praying, leading prayers, doing all kinds of stuff. Never had God. But one day, I was driving to work. My job is like 1.5 hours drive from my house to my job in El Reno. and I was in my BMW and I was driving, and the voice of the Lord came to me. I thought it was from outside. It wasn't from outside. It was within me. And I was hearing this voice. And I actually turned Ayefele. I was actually listening to Ayefele as I was driving. So I turned it all the way off. That it seems like something's messing with my life. There's a voice coming to me, because at that point in time, I've been seeing a lot of people who actually talk nonsense. They say they are actually addicted to drugs and they are hearing voices in their head. So I thought something's wrong with me. So I was hearing the voice, not knowing that the voice wasn't coming from outside. The voice was from my inside. So the more I turn the volume up, the louder it becomes on inside of me. So the Ayefele is not really making any sense. It was from inside of me. And the voice was telling me, he said, if you don't go back to where you have started from, that you will not prosper in life. And I continued to hear it. I was hearing it. And a time came, I actually became conscious of myself, and I told myself, I said, if this is God talking to me, he's talking nonsense. You can't tell me I can't prosper. I'm working for an oil company. I'm making $15,000 a month as of 2003. I was like, hey, what kind of prosperity do you think I'm going to pray for after I'm making all this stuff? I have 2 cars, 3 cars in my driveway. I bought a house of 7 bedrooms. I was like, you know what? This guy is talking nonsense. He's talking nonsense, man. But the guy didn't stop. And one day he proved to me. That was when I realized that money is not prosperity. Money actually is just 3% of prosperity. The prosperity we talk about, I want to prosper. Money is just only 3% of that prosperity. And God now broke it down to me. He said, do you know that you can make money without me? I said, yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm making money without you. I've stopped going to church. I don't pray no more. I don't do nothing, and I'm making money. And he said, yes, you can make money without me. You don't need me to make money. That's why unbelievers are making money. That's why they're doing all these great things. They're buying houses and cars without coming to me. They don't have to, because I already created everybody. Everyone created. There is a kind of ability to create and to make wealth in everybody. Either you're born again or you're not born again, there is the ability to create wealth that is on the inside of you. It's a gift and talent that are given unto you that will attract money to you to live here. You're a seed. So you don't need nothing. You yourself alone will survive. I've given it to you. It's a free gift to humanity. I was like, yes, so what are you now talking about? And God said to me, he said, my peace I give. It's not like the one that the world gave. He said, that gift of peace of God is 100% of prosperity. That is, when you have the peace of God, you have $10 in your pocket, you're still smiling. When you have the peace of God, you are not making 6-figure salary, you're still smiling, you're still happy. It is the peace of God that actually is mentioned in the Bible that is prosperity. The prosperity that we're talking about is peace. You can have money and you don't have peace. If you don't have peace and you have money, you're still going to be miserable. Oh my God, somebody's not listening here. Yeah, I'm telling you, see the kind of peace that you have, that you drink Gary in the morning, you drink Gary in the afternoon, you drink Gary at night, and people will still see you on the street and they say, wow, this guy must be making 6-figure salary. The way he looks, the way he talks, the confidence and everything. It is the peace of God that will make you to be like that. And that's why the English people say, he said, the rich also cry. Why would they be crying? They got all the money. Because the money cannot equal to the peace. The peace is what prosperity is. That peace that is given by God. I found it out. You know, he pointed to me. He was showing me all this kind of stuff. Then I said to myself, I was like, I think I need the peace of God. Need it. And that was what made me to come back. You know, when I came back, I told him, I said, but I'm not going to be like the other pastors. I'm going to be different. And the word that came to me is that I have not called you to be like him or like him or like him. He says so many of my pastors are actually copying other people. But I've created them uniquely. I've given everybody different temperament, different attitude, different personalities. I created them to use them like that. The reason I created them like that is to use them exactly like that. I didn't want to change them. I didn't want to change them. I don't want you to be like teenagers. I don't want it to be like Uideko. I don't want it to be like Adeboye. I don't want it to be like anybody. I want to use you the way I have created you. So when you go back to the ministry, you don't have a father. You don't have nothing. You are yourself. Depend on the Holy Ghost. As you open your mouth, I will fill it. And I'm going to create your own niche that you will use in propagating the gospel. It will be different, unique, based on how I've created you. So when I came back, I was hired by CAC. I was hired by CAC to pastor the church, and everything I was doing was still like them. I was being pushed. I was being, shut down. They're kind of like pushing me like right in the middle. They want me to still comply. They want me to still act like the regular pastors. They want me to do the same thing. I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't fulfilled. And luckily, I met Reverend Sam Adeyemi, Pastor Ayo Daniel, Pastor Deji Alabi, and those guys. They looked at me and they said to me, "You cannot be fulfilled because that's not who God has created you to be. You need to come out and be yourself." And I remember Reverend Sam said something. He said, 20,000 people are waiting on the sideline just because you are the one that is holding them down. They are expecting you. They are waiting for you. 20,000 of them that God has committed into your hand. That they are like you. They think like you. They believe like you. They only need somebody like you to be able to lead them. I didn't know. And that was when I tendered my resignation letter, and everybody thought that I was going to fail. But I didn't. But I didn't fail. I didn't fail. And that was a journey. That was how I got fired. For you asking me why did I get fired and stuff, I think that's a long story right there. The story of my life, from that moment until, I still have a lot of stories anyway, but that's just the major one. And that was how I found God. Then I found God, and God was able to make me to understand that Christianity is not a religion. It's not a religion. It's a way of life. And I embraced the way of life. And that was how this ministry springed up. That I started looking for problems of people. I started looking for what is eating people up. Formerly people just come to church, we just pray for them, and we let them go, thinking like the prayer is going to work, But there are certain things that you must know. So I decided to study people. I look into their lives. So I found out they have marital issues that's eating them up, that's bringing them to church. The women are coming to pray, not because they want to, but they're coming to pray because their marriage is going down and they're not happy. Some of them are actually in the relationship 2 years, 3 years. They have not been touched by their men. The men were going outside, sleeping with other people, cheating, and all kinds of stuff. These women are coming because of their children. My kids are wayward. They're no longer listening. Let me go to God. Let me pray. And it keep coming. So I found out that Christianity is not a religion. It's a way of life. So I could kind of like create this avenue to speak with these women and ask them questions. What are you going through? Oh, this is what I'm going through. Is there a professional that we could recommend to help you? And that was how the whole stuff started popping into my head. And I saw it a long time ago and I shared it with people. And the pastors are looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm not. I wasn't crazy. It's just kind of like this revelation was just coming to me. I was sharing it, but I didn't believe it. That was how I started. The videos until today. Because Christianity is a way of life. You live the life of Christ. That's when we know you're a Christian. It's not until you go to church or you carry Bible on your hand or you cram the scripture. What you revealed to me is that go inside of your closet, study to show yourself. Study to show yourself. All right? When you study and you come outside, you will showcase the word of God because you will become the living Bible. That's what it means. It says study to show yourself. So you go inside of the closet, you read the Bible, study the Bible, or let the Holy Spirit minister the Bible to you. So when you come outside, you start behaving like that. And then people will see John chapter 3, people will see Revelation chapter 2, people will see Matthew chapter 1, people will see Matthew chapter 15, people will see John chapter 1 in your life. It is not until you talk about it. It is your life. You're supposed to be showing, be showcasing. So the Christianity Jesus Christ came to give us is a way of life. It's not a religion. It's a way that you live, a way that you reference people, a way that you help people, a way that you talk to people, a way that you heal the wounds of people, a way that you support and stand with people, a way that you give to others. That's the life of Christ. That was what they saw in the disciples. And when they call others, come and see these men, they're behaving like Jesus. Why don't we call them Christians? Because they are acting like Jesus. It's about your action. That's what the Bible made us to understand. It's the fruit. By the time you bear the fruit, people will see the glory of God in you. It is the fruit that actually proves that you are a Christian. It is not in your going to church. It is not how many times you go to church. It's not in your prayer. It's not how many times you go and shout and shout and shout and shout. No, it is in your doings. It is how you do it. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's where I am. People can insult me. People can actually call me different names and stuff because they are religious people. Because they don't understand what I do. They don't understand who called me. They don't understand the kind of assignment he has given unto me. But I know. I can show you evidence. Thousands and thousands and thousands of couples that have come to me. Thousands and thousands of marriages that have actually stepped in, and God is doing wonders right now. Thousands of them. We have to be practical as a Christian. Christianity is practical. It's not theory. It's not cramming Bible in your head and quoting it. It's deeper than that. You're supposed to live it without mentioning it. You don't mention the scriptures. You live it. You live it. People get so excited when they see pastors quoting scriptures from their heads. They get excited. They say, oh yeah, he knows the Bible. He knows the Bible. They get so excited when they see pastors quoting scriptures. But their lives is not connected. And you look and say, oh, yeah, this guy is good when it comes to quoting scriptures. But the life he's living is not connected. And then that person is not a Christian. A Christian will live the Bible. That's all you do. A Christian will live the Bible. It is the fruit that proves that you've been with Jesus. The fruit that you bear. If you put somebody here and you ask everybody, please can you talk about this person? Let's listen to what they're going to say. Listen to what they're going to say. A lot of people will act like when somebody dies right now, we are burying the person. People will come and say sweet things about the person, all right? And you yourself, you know you are lying. But if it's supposed to be the truth that you're supposed to speak, you will tell us the truth. And you know one funny thing is that everybody sitting there will really agree because they know who the guy in the casket, they know who he was before he died. It's the truth. This is the truth. Baba, I can speak about you. I know you can do that. You'll be very close with me. And we've shared a lot of stuff together. So you know me. Many people don't know me. These days, people believe that I'm sleeping with everybody on my page. Oh, he's just sleeping with all the women. He's just sleeping with all the women. I've gone through pain in my life. If you don't understand, I've chosen not to do some certain things. I walked away from 640 million naira yearly contract just because I want to be that same person that God has called me to be. I've walked away from a lot of temptations in my life of beautiful women who were ready to actually sponsor me, give me money. I walked away from them. I come on social media, I crack jokes, I laugh, I do all this stuff because I don't like it when people are around me and they're depressed and unhappy. I want people to come out of their depression. I crack jokes, I post a lot of comedy on my page. Laugh. Laugh that pain away. Laugh. Stand your ground. Tell yourself, I'm not going down. That is a practical way to do things. That's the way to do it. I've got through pain in my life. I'm not going to tell you a lie. If you enter into my shoes, you know what I'm talking about. Every day of my life, I talk to women from morning till night. I see beautiful women. A lot of beautiful women I see. A lot of beautiful women who are ready to change my life overnight. Like that. But I chose to walk away. But people get hungry and mad when they see all these ladies around me. They sit around me and stuff, and I crack jokes with them and all that kind of stuff. And they're laughing and all kinds of stuff. And I call some of them, hey, that's my baby. Hey, that's my sweetheart. Hey, that's my this. That moment. See, that moment, those people, they are actually smiling and they're happy. That's my responsibility for me to do that. I take a lot of classes when it comes to word massage. People call me, they sign up for my class, word massage. And word massage is just for me to tell them how beautiful they look. I tell them how beautiful they look, how fantastic they talk. I try to build their self-esteem by telling them all these beautiful things. I give them compliments. And you see their faces right inside of the Zoom, all right, that they started glowing right there. And many of them will call me back and say, can I book another session with you? And then they'll come and I see a big difference in their life. A big difference in their life. And I see it. And then some of them will just keep coming like every week. Every week they want to sign up. Every week they want to sign up. And then they come, they tell me, oh, my life is getting better. Can you tell me more about this? What do you see about me? What do you see? They love compliment. And you give them compliment and they glow. And that's what therapy is all about. There's a part of therapy that when you do it, all they need to hear is how beautiful they look. Because they look at themselves in the mirror, they're not seeing no beauty because of what is going on around them. People around them are calling them ugly, fat, stupid, whatever. That's what their husband's calling them. But when they come to me, I flipped it. I tell them how wonderful they are. So when you see them around me, they're happy. Don't let it cross your mind that I'm sleeping with them. Don't let it even pop into your head that I'm sleeping with them. Okay? It's my job I'm doing. That's my job I'm doing. What I'm doing may not actually be normal, like what other people are doing, because I'm different. This is what he has called me to do. And that's what I'm doing. All right? Some people will ask me, are you really a pastor? I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I don't really want to call myself that. I just wanted to call me my name. Because sometimes the pastor title limits me. Because of the mindset of we Africans. It limits me. All right? So going back to where we are from. Going back to where we're from. So I believe that we need to sit down and think about this. You can't put an engagement ring on me to lock me down. Now everybody is seeing the ring on my finger. Ta-da! 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 Even people you don't even like, they will see it. They will say, oh my God, you are engaged. Say, yes, I'm engaged. You know, your old boyfriends will see you. They say, oh my God, you are engaged. Say, oh, I'm engaged. And they say, oh, good for you. Congratulations. And then they walk away. It means that there is a sign on you that nobody should come very close. That there is a guy in your life now who is serious. He proposed already. It means you have seen his mother. You have met his dad. You met his brothers and sisters. They have all accepted you. And good. So people walk away from you. You know, they walk away from you. You know, so you see, but the guy, you didn't give him any sign. You didn't give him anything. There is nothing on the guy that shows that he is taken. So he's free. He's going to the gym. The girls are seeing him there. He's flirting with the girls, flirting with all the girls in the gym. He's going to meeting his friends, and girls are there, and then he's flirting with all these girls. Because there's nothing, there's no sign showing that he's taken. But you can't do some stuff. If you should come to a gathering and then you start talking to a guy and the guy is looking at you and the guy will be like, oh, but I believe you're engaged, right? So yes, so why are you still talking to me like that? And then they look at you, they rubbish you like, okay, you must be a slut, you must be a prostitute or something. Get out of here, okay? So that's what they do. But the guy is free. He's going to be doing anything he's doing, and you are the one locked down. That means he has closed your shop, and his own supermarket is open. People can still shop in his own store. Your shop is closed, 100%. But his own store is 100% open. People can still come there and buy things. It is open. In a sense, you look like I'm talking nonsense, but I'm really telling you guys the truth. If in an ideal setting, I'm not talking about in a setting whereby wedding ring doesn't make any sense, or I'm not talking about in a situation whereby nobody's faithful to the wedding ring any longer. I'm talking about when people are still faithful to the wedding ring, that you give me a ring and you're telling me this is a token of my love to you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to grow old with you. I believe that's a covenant, that you put a ring on my finger as a covenant to show me or to show people that I have a covenant with somebody that I'm faithful to, and this is the person that I will spend the rest of my life with. People should take it serious. But in the other side, the guy doesn't have anything to showcase that. To showcase that. You see what I'm saying? So when I saw that video, that the picture of that musician that gave his wife to be engagement ring, and the wife to be gave him an engagement ring. And I was like, yeah, cool. Now both of you guys are taken. Both of you are taken. So it's a proof. We need to go back and look into it. Okay? Let's go back and look into that stuff. I'm just saying it, for real. I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've been doing my, finding and searching everywhere just to know, what do we have? How do I prove that he's mine? You can't prove he's mine. I know I'm his. I know he has proposed to me. I know he has proposed to me, but how am I sure that he is mine? Do I have anything showing that that's my man? Will other people know that he's already committed to me? How do I prove it? The guy is free. He's walking the street. He's doing his own thing. Guys, I understand Mr. Olaonigbeko. I understand what you're talking about. I'm talking ideal situation here. I'm not talking about Wube people. That's what I'm talking about. Please, when you come on my show, I want you guys to realize that I'm not talking about the crazy wayward people. I'm talking about the real ideal people, people with mindset that are great, people who reason well, people who are actually, the lover of God. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian or you're a Muslim. They love God so much and they want to be dedicated and stuff. These are the people I'm talking to. I'm not talking to someone that is cheating all around the place. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who want to commit. That's supposed to be a proof that I'm married, I'm committed to you, you committed to me. Or if I'm a good guy, I'm not going to take my wedding ring off and go and cheat. If you're a good woman, you're not going to take your wedding ring off and go cheat. I'm talking about good people. Good people who are normal people, not crazy, stupid people. I'm talking about it. That's what I'm saying right here. You may know some crazy people that go to church. Because they go to church doesn't mean that they're good people. Because they go to church doesn't mean they're Christians. Or because they go to the mosque doesn't mean they're Muslims. All right? There are so many people, they are just church goers. They are not committed to God. They don't even know God. They just go to church because it's a tradition right now. All right? I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about people with regenerated hearts. People who love God. People who want to do right. People who have chosen to be right. Who wants to be responsible. Those are the people that I'm actually talking to right now, that it is not going to be fair on you as a woman for him to give you a wedding engagement ring and his own finger is free. Everything is free. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the angle I'm looking at it. Because he might not have the mind to cheat, but because it's free, no engagement ring right there, people will approach him. And I'm telling you, Actually, I posted something today, and I want to share with you guys. Now, let me tell you this real quick. Marry the most beautiful girl to you this year. She's just the most beautiful girl this year. Next year, you're going to see another beautiful girl that is more beautiful than the one you married yesterday. I'm telling you, you're going to see another girl that is actually more beautiful than the girl you married last week, or that the girl you married 2 years ago. And then you come across that one, what are you going to do? And that's how we men, that's how we roll. And we are visual. When we see things, we know it. You will be so shocked that it's possible for the guy to actually close down, shut down, and cancel the wedding just because he has found another guy, another girl, that feels like this is more beautiful than the one I have. Okay? So the commitment is actually supposed to be, you know what? I don't care if I see another beautiful girl, you are the only one in my life. So I'm going to carry this so that I will protect myself from being seen by other women that will come and knock my head off. And those women, some crazy women don't care. You have ring, you don't have ring, they will come. But to you as a guy, you're supposed to understand what commitment and covenant, what it means. You see, most of the time when we go to weddings, and me, I don't do it. When I go to wedding and it's time for the joining together, it's always a moment. It's a moment that I don't mess with it. And I look at the guy, I was like, you don't even know what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying. And it's possible for you not to even believe in what you're saying. You're only just saying it. You don't even know what to say. The pastor is asking you, do you, Kunle, receive Funke as your wedded wife in rain and shine, to love, to hold, until death do you part? And then you look up and down and say, yes, I do. Actually, the guy gave you an opportunity to say no. To say, no, I'm sorry, I'm making a mistake. But at that point in time, it's a covenant. And then they will now say, you're doing this confession in the presence of God, the host of heaven, and these witnesses. It's the crazy stuff. You don't understand. It's the crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. I don't understand that you're actually entering into a covenant that is binding. That covenant is crazy. I don't understand it. That covenant could mess you up in the presence of God and host of heaven and these witnesses. And you still look up and say, I do. You better go back home. Sit down. After the day of rehearsal, because we normally go for rehearsal before the wedding. After they're finished doing the rehearsal and you say, I do, jokingly on that day, go back home and sit down on your bed and say, this covenant I'm about to enter into, will I be able to comply? Will I be able to hold it down? Will I be faithful with it or not? You need to go back home and sit down. And better come back the next day and say, I'm sorry. I think I'm making a mistake. I'm not that guy. I'm not that kind of a guy that will stay with her. I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to be jumping. I'll jump around. Sorry. Can't do it. Sorry, can't do it. You should do that. So when you are entering to it as a woman too, think about it. Think about that's part of it. It's crazy. You don't want to just jump in it. So people should be educated. We're supposed to teach people what it means to enter into covenant with it. Actually, if a woman is offering you an engagement ring, you'll be so happy to take it because you already made up your mind, this is who I want to be with. You take the engagement ring and put it right in your finger. I don't even know if I want marriage again. It is so hard for people to keep up to their vows. It's very, 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 very difficult. And not just only men, women do too. Women, they do the same thing. They do the same thing. Not going to lie to you. Same thing. Women do the same thing. I'm telling you. Lately, I've been seeing women cheating. It's kind of like really nasty. You don't understand. You see, when you see a man and say, oh, he cheated. A little bit. It's a little bit kind of like, yeah. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's not like I want them to cheat. It's just like, it kind of like, You're like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's just a stupid guy. But, yeah. You know what I'm saying? For a guy, you won't. There's no. You won't raise the alarm. Is not going to be like too much. You won't make a lot of noise. He cheated. Oh my God! No, you just say he cheated. Okay. But for a woman, and you're looking at her, she'll look so dirty to you, nasty person. Oh my God! Very not. We say, or ese show. Oroju nyama. Oh, she. Aṣẹ́wó wèrè. Look at you. Obìnrin tó onínàbí òṣì. There's a name for them that we just talk. That's why he doesn't fit a woman cheating. We have a lot of names that we call them. They look so dirty and nasty. It's not. You know what I'm saying? What a woman can do, a woman can do better. I know, but by the time, look at this. When your wife is pregnant and then you go to the hospital to have the baby, they will ask you, male or female, and then you say, oh, it's a female, or where, and everybody will just say, she's nothing. And the baby girl is nothing. But when they say it's a boy, they say, akologi don't be. We celebrate the male child. We don't celebrate that of female. Long time ago. It's just recently that we started celebrating the female. It seems like everything is changing right now. It's just like changing right now. We are now celebrating women and all kinds of stuff. So if a woman is doing what the men, what they're doing, you just look at them and say, yeah, and so what? It's not this kind of thing we want you to do. It's not this kind of thing that I want you to do. And I know, show you know that. You see, when you're actually friends and dating, or maybe before marriage, and your boyfriend cheat, and you tell your mom will say, hey, kusin kankambe, yoshiti. You know that kind of thought. Now, you cheat on that your boyfriend and let him go to tell his mother. The mother will tell him, you can't marry this one. You can't marry this one. This one is only and you see the way it is. It's not like it's good for anybody to cheat, but it's just that women, I don't know how we got here. We celebrate women. Men, we don't celebrate women. Women kind of like we push them to the backside. So, as I'm wrapping up, I think it's good. It's a good idea for men to have engagement rings too. You put one on him, on her, and let her put one on you. And very soon you'll start seeing it on social media now, that women will start buying engagement rings for their spouses. Boyfriends, whatever, husband to be. All right, you're going to start seeing it right now, because it's more of a 50-50 thing. You are locking my shop, then lock your supermarket. You're locking down my store, then your supermarket must be locked too. So nobody is allowed to shop there, and nobody's shopping here. And it's not just about the engagement ring. The engagement ring, you must cherish it, respect the covenant, and stay clear. With or without engagement ring, you can still do it. You don't have engagement ring, you can still be faithful. But let's just put it there. Just for the sake of, you remember, oh my God, I'm engaged. Let's go. Oh, I'm engaged. Let's go. Whoa, I'm engaged. And even the girls are coming like, you are engaged? Shola, you are engaged? Yes, I'm engaged. And that's it. So it's going to be good. And you begin to see it on social media right now. And see that people will start giving engagement rings to their husbands to be. And I believe it's fair. You close down my shop, I close down your supermarket. No shopping over there and no shopping over here. And the two of us will face front and we connect to ourselves. You connect to ourselves. Don't lock a woman down with a ring. Why you stay validating every woman? That's the point. That's the point right there. That's the point right there. That's the point right there. It should be 50-50. You can't lock me down and you are free. Your supermarket is open, my store is closed. It can't be like that. Let's close down both shops. Close the both shop down. Now we keep going. And that's it. And glory be to the name of the Lord. And that's how we rock it. And I think it's going to help a little bit. It's going to help a little bit. All right. It's going to help a little bit. Yeah, I know that it's not about the ring, but let's just put the ring there. Let's just put the ring there. It's not about the ring, but let's put the ring there, okay? Will remind us of something. Remind us of something. to remind us. It's going to Omale I won't weary down. It will lay some weary danus. You know what I'm saying? That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm back. 2024 is here. And it's going to be a new dimension by the grace of God. And I want to say thank you to all of my fans out there. Thank you to my family. Thank you to my beautiful ladies and handsome guys out there. I really appreciate you guys for always coming around. I cherish your friendships, our friendship. I thank God for your lives, and I pray that the Lord will continue to be with us through 2024. We are going to be great. I said something the other day. You see, the top is our own portion. We always remain on top. We are not going down. We are not going down at all. We will remain on top and just keep going. And we just keep going, and we continue to go, and we continue to grow. All right, that's where we belong. That's where we belong. That's where we belong. Thank you very much, Olaonikbekun. God bless you for the start, for the badge. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I thank you for always there. You're always giving. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So we are going to remain on top forever. We keep going. All right, and I really thank God because you guys are very faithful, always coming around 24/7. David, I will definitely remember. I will try and remember today to get you the book. I'll take a picture of it. When I get to the office downstairs, I'll do that right now. And those ones that are single, the Lord is connecting you. You're going to start the friendship this year, and that will lead to marriage. But don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry to get married. All right? Enjoy your single life first. When you are lonely, seek for help. Something's wrong with you. All right? When you're lonely, something's wrong with you. It is not loneliness that will push you into marriage. Please. It's not. Control your urge of sex. Please control it. Tell yourself, no banging. All right? I will control it. I'm not going to sleep around. I'm not going to do anything whatsoever. I'm saying right here. And I'll actually, we need topic. If a man can cheat, a woman can cheat better. Okay? Yeah, we will talk about it, but I actually, if you want me to just summarize that stuff, all right, two wrongs cannot make it right. And if we want to actually do that, it means that we want to destroy this entire world. If you make mistake by sleeping with somebody, I won't sleep with somebody because of that. I'm not going to retaliate. I'm going to call you and say, sweetheart, I think I love you. Why are you doing this to me? Please, if I've offended you, can we just settle it right now? And that's the way to deal with it. If you want to do it that way, like an eye for an eye, it means that you're a Pharisee. You're a Pharisee, and you are actually not in Christianity. You are in Judaism. Judaism is an eye for an eye. In Christianity, it's all about mercy. All right, you have committed a crime, and then the Bible made us to understand that we forgive and forget. All right, the thief on the cross, Jesus Christ said, he said, remember me when you get to your kingdom. And Jesus Christ said to him, tonight you meet me in paradise. The woman that was caught in the act of adultery, he said, go and sin no more. Even myself have not condemned you. So when we go into an eye for an eye, I am my blue down. All we need to do is just you're too religious for me. All we need to do is just for us to balance our relationship and keep ourselves away from cheating. All right, let's keep ourselves away from cheating. Someone wants to destroy the whole table finally. Let's not empower the women to cheat. Let's not empower men to cheat either. All right, let us respect each other, respect the covenant of marriage, and stay together. All right, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going in 2024. 2024, I want marriages together. I want us to work together. I want us to forgive each other. I want to say no 100% to divorce. That's what I want to do. 2024, I am totally different right now. You'll be seeing a different me. Right this moment, I am no longer that guy that will actually tell you to leave your husband. I'm going to be this guy that will want to meet with your husband and actually set him straight. And I'll tell him that he is about to miss a wonderful gift that God has given unto him. And he's not supposed to lose it because, see, if that woman should walk away and leave you in this marriage, you are going to regret it. And that's what I'm trying to do. And for people that are already divorced already and they're actually going through a lot of stuff, my message for them is for them to work on themselves and let's go back to the market and get something done and go back into a relationship and be happy again. That's going to be my message in 2024. I'm telling you, I'm a different guy at this moment. God has shown me so much. He has shown me so much. I've been gone. I've been seeking the face of God, and God has revealed a lot of things to me. 2024 we are going to keep homes together. They must to be together. Either the devil likes it or not. An abusive man must stop. An abusive woman must stop. A cheating man must change. A cheating wife must change. Single people banging all around, they must control their punani. It must be controlled. We will pray on that punani, that punani will hear the voice of God. Hallelujah. All right. That's what we're going to be doing. This year, no jumping around anywhere. All right. Talk to that your banana. Your banana must hear the voice of God. Stay where you are. Put it in your pant and lock the door finally, and keep yourself together so you won't go to prison. All right, so that's that's what we're gonna be. That's what we're gonna be doing. That's what we'll be doing this year by the grace of God. Let's lay a solid foundation for marriage. Let's make our children happy. Those kids are afraid of marriage. They're so afraid of marriage right this moment. I don't want them to be afraid of marriage. Let's lay a foundation of a happy home, fantastic home, so that every one of us will look at marriage in a new, in a different, from a different angle and make it work. They need to come and see me for therapy. We give their banana medicine. That's if the banana is sick. The banana must be having HIV or having the flu. And you need to get to a doctor of banana to give you injection. So that's what we're praying for. This year, whereby we're going to be sharing the good news of how my marriage is working, how your marriage is working, the good news of how I get connected to the right person who is well trained with the idea and the knowledge of what marriage look like. And we're going to be celebrating homes, celebrating people. And 2024 is going to be our year to get married, a year to have children, a year to buy houses and buy cars, a year of peace, a year of transformation. That's what 2024 is going to be. God has revealed so much to me. All right. And that's where we're going. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? If you are with me, can you say, I am with you? I want you guys to say, I am with you. I want to know if you are with me. Please. If you are with me, just type it there. We are with you. All right. I want to know who is with me. I want to know who is with me. Who is with me on this journey of reconstruction, reconstructing marriage. We want to go back and become a bricklayer. We want to be a contractor, a builder, that we want to build and rebuild homes and relationship and mindset this year. Thank you for connecting. Now, thank you. I am now so confident in myself that this year is going to be great if you stand with me and you're with me on this journey by the grace of God. Hallelujah. Wow. My supporters club is increasing like crazy. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are giving me power. Like I'm mixing Red Bull with coffee right now. I'm mixing Red Bull with coffee right now. I'm going to be hyperactive. And Sheon, get ready. Get ready. We're going to be rocking and rolling by the grace of God. I'm not going to be on the show alone by myself again. Sheon, you're going to be coming. We're going to be talking. We're going to be bringing a lot of other people to talk with us in the studio. By God, thank you for being with me. Let's go and rebuild mindset. I know. All right. Thank you, guys. My God, you guys are giving me goosebumps. All right. Yeah. You're giving me therapy. Thank you. Thank you. I am drinking coffee and Red Bull right now. Coffee and Red Bull. Let me taste a little bit of my medicine. I wish somebody would ask me, what are you drinking? Okay. I think I have some counseling sessions to do tonight. I'm going to reach out to my guys and book their sessions for them. Okay. Let me call and no. All right. To those of you that love to drink Red Bull and coffee, Red Bull and coffee together. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Don't crash after.